Have you ever noticed that nature never apologizes for beginning again? Every morning the sun rises. Every season the trees begin again. Every flower blooms when its time comes. Nature doesn't ask, am I too late? Did I miss my chance? It simply begins. Perhaps that's our invitation too. Welcome to Gentle Truths with Delia, beautiful souls. A space where we pause, reflect, and realign one truth at a time. Last month was about beginning where you are, finding beauty in ordinary moments, trusting your own voice, and finally recognizing the incredible man or woman you've become along the way. It was about taking a moment to pause, smile, and celebrate, because every gentle step you've taken has mattered. As we begin a brand new month together, I want to gently remind you, beginning again doesn't mean you failed. It means you're still willing to believe that something beautiful can grow from today. And I think that's one of the greatest acts of quiet courage. Courage isn't always loud. It doesn't always arrive with certainty or confidence. It often whispers before it roars. Sometimes courage is simply taking the next step when you don't have every answer. Sometimes it's choosing peace instead of proving a point. Sometimes it's saying yes to yourself after years of putting everyone else first. Over the past few months, we've surrendered what no longer served us. We've raised our standards. We've learned to live with intention. We've discovered the joy of becoming. There comes something even more beautiful, living those lessons, one gentle choice at a time. Beginning again can feel uncomfortable. We often believe that starting again means we're back where we started, but that's never really true. Because every experience, every lesson, every heartbreak, every success has shaped the person standing here today. You aren't beginning as the same person. You're beginning with greater wisdom, greater compassion, greater resilience. Maybe this month isn't asking you to become someone new. Maybe it's simply asking you to trust the person you've already become. Because every sunrise doesn't ask you to become someone else. It simply invites you to become who you already are. One brave choice, one faithful step, one gentle beginning at a time. Have you ever noticed, or better yet watched, a sunrise and noticed how quietly it arrives? There's no announcements, no applause, no need to prove that it belongs. It just simply appears, gently pushing back the darkness. Life often offers us those same quiet moments. Not every new beginning arrives with a dramatic change. Sometimes it looks like choosing hope after disappointment, smiling again after a difficult season, opening your heart after it has known pain, or simply getting out of bed when yesterday felt heavy. Beginning again isn't about erasing the past. It's about carrying its wisdom without allowing it to define your future. Now, every sunrise reminds us that life keeps moving forward. Perhaps today is inviting you to do the same. So today, begin something you've been postponing. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about finishing it. Simply begin. Your affirmation for today. I welcome each new day with hope. It's easy to believe that starting over means losing everything you've worked for. But nothing could be further from the truth. Every challenge you've overcome, every lesson you've learned, every disappointment you've survived has quietly become part of who you are. You now notice what you once ignored. You recognize red flags more quickly. You protect your peace more intentionally. And you extend grace more freely. That isn't starting over, guys. That's growing wiser. So if you've been waiting until you feel completely ready, perhaps today is your reminder that readiness isn't the absence of fear, but rather it's trusting that what you already lived through has prepared you for what's ahead. So today, give yourself permission to begin before you feel completely ready. Your affirmation for today. I trust the wisdom my journey has given me. I trust the wisdom my journey has given me. We often celebrate the big milestones, things like the promotion, the breakthrough, the life-changing moments. But those moments are almost always built upon hundreds of quiet decisions that no one else ever sees. A single prayer, one difficult conversation, one healthy choice, one morning you decided not to quit. God often works gently, patiently, faithfully. Never underestimate what He can grow from one small act of obedience. Your small beginning may become tomorrow's answered prayer. Transformation rarely happens all at once. It's built through small, consistent choices that honor the life you're creating. Celebrate today's small step. It matters. Today, take one small action that your future self will quietly thank you for. Your daily affirmation for today. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. Have you ever noticed how exhausting it is to carry things that no longer belong in your hands or even in your heart? Things like regret, shame, old conversations, past mistakes. We revisit them so often that they begin to feel like part of our identity, but they aren't. They're chapters, not the whole story. Your past can teach you without becoming your permanent address. Today, choose to carry wisdom instead of regret. You'll discover how much lighter hope feels. Your brave choice today. Release one thought that's been keeping you tied to yesterday. Your daily affirmation for today. I release yesterday with gratitude. I release yesterday with gratitude. Most of us want certainty before we move. We want guarantees, a detailed map, the reassurance that everything will work out. But faith rarely worked out that way. More often it simply illuminates the next step, and then the next. You don't need to know how the entire story unfolds. You only need enough courage for today, for this moment. Trust that clarity often arrives while you're walking, not while you're waiting. So today, say yes to the next step, even if you can't see the whole path. Your daily affirmation for today: I take one faithful step at a time. I take one faithful step at a time. Imagine meeting yourself 1 year from now. You smile with quiet confidence. Not because life became easier, but because you never stopped choosing yourself. He or she thanks you for the boundaries you finally honored, for the risks you bravely took, for the healing you refused to abandon. The person you're becoming isn't waiting somewhere in the future. You'll be informed by the choices you make today. Choose one action today that honors the person you're becoming, rather than the fears you've outgrown. Your daily affirmation: I honor the man or woman I am becoming. We are often so focused on where we're going that we forget to celebrate how far we've already come. So pause today. Look back with compassion instead of criticism. Notice the strength you didn't know you possessed, the resilience that carried you, the courage that quietly kept showing up. Your journey deserves to be honored. Not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. Take a deep breath. Smile. Give thanks. You're becoming someone your younger self would look at with admiration, with tenderness, and with hope. I'd like you to celebrate one victory this week, no matter how small, and thank yourself for not giving up. Your daily affirmation for today: I begin again with grace. I begin again with grace. This week, I want to invite you to notice something. Is there an area of your life where you've been quietly waiting until you feel more confident, waiting until the timing feels perfect, waiting until you have every answer, or even waiting until fear disappears? But what if courage was never meant to arrive first? What if courage is born the moment you decide to move, even while your hands are trembling? Choose one area of your life where you've been standing still. Take one gentle step, not a giant leap, not a complete life overall, just one small, intentional act that honors the future you're creating. Because your life really changes because of one extraordinary moment. It changes through the quiet choices you make every single day. So this week, let courage become your companion. One sunrise, one gentle choice, one brave step at a time. Your gentle practice for this week, I want to call it the sunrise practice. So, before reaching for your phone each morning, pause. Take one slow, deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Place your hand over your heart, the other over your abdomen. Close your eyes for a moment and simply notice that you are here. You have been given another sunrise, another opportunity, another beginning. Then quietly ask yourself, what is one brave choice I can make today? What is one brave choice I can make today? Listen without forcing an answer. The first gentle whisper is often enough. Write it down. Carry it with you. And before you go to bed tonight, ask yourself one final question. Did I honor that brave choice today? If the answer is yes, celebrate it. If the answer is no, offer yourself grace. Tomorrow is another sunrise. A letter from me to you. Dear beautiful soul, if this week feels like another beginning, I hope you won't mistake that for failure. Life was never meant to be one perfectly straight road. Sometimes we begin again because we've learned. Sometimes because we've healed. Sometimes because we finally become brave enough to choose differently. Whatever brought you here, I'm grateful you didn't give up on yourself. I'm grateful your heart remained open even after disappointment. I'm grateful you still believe there is goodness waiting ahead. Please don't rush your becoming. Flowers don't bloom because someone demands it. They bloom when the season is right. And perhaps this is your season. So breathe. Trust the pace of your own journey. Take the next gentle step. Celebrate the smallest victories. And if today is your sunrise, I hope you'll have the courage to begin. Quietly, gently, faithfully. Because I'll be cheering you on every step of the way with love. Your signature truth of the week. The bravest thing you may ever do is quietly keep becoming who you were created to be. My gentle blessing for you this week. May this week remind you that every sunrise carries fresh mercy. May courage find you in the ordinary moments. May peace steady your heart when uncertainty visits. May wisdom guide your decisions. May grace soften every place where you've been too hard on yourself. May hope rise with every new morning. May you discover that the God who created the sunrise is still creating something beautiful within you. One quiet beginning, one brave choice, one faithful step at a time. As we come to the end of our first week together this month, I hope one truth has settled gently in your heart. Beginning again isn't a sign that you failed. It's often a sign that you've grown. Every experience you've lived through has quietly prepared you for the season you're stepping into now. You carry wisdom you didn't have before, strength you once prayed for, compassion that was born through experience. So don't be discouraged if your next beginning feels small. Every great journey is built one faithful step at a time. As we move into the week ahead, may you remember that courage doesn't always arrive with certainty. Sometimes it simply whispers, take the next step. And perhaps that is all today is asking of you. As we close our first week of August, I hope you'll remember this. Every sunrise carries a quiet invitation, not to become someone different, but to continue becoming more fully yourself. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to move quickly. You simply have to keep moving with hope. One gentle step, one faithful decision, one brave choice at a time. If this week's gentle truth spoke to your heart, I'd love to hear from you. What is one brave choice you're choosing this week? Share it with me in the comments. Your stories encourage this beautiful community more than you know. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll subscribe and join us each Sunday as we pause, reflect, and realign one truth at a time. Until next week, be kind to yourself, trust your journey, and remember, every sunrise is another invitation to begin again. Stay gently aligned, beautiful souls, and I'll meet you here again next Sunday as we explore the courage to trust yourself, learning to quiet the noise around us so we can hear the gentle wisdom within.